Welcome, everybody. We are talking today about what is good and bad. Like, I can have a definition of what good is, and it might be really different from what Trey's definition is. What I might think is bad, Andrew might think is fantastic. So it's a really interesting practice that we're going to kind of dance with today. And really, the whole point is for us to be self-aware, because most of us just trot through this life, walk on through without really ever knowing what it is that we really think is good and bad. Unless, if somebody got in a wreck and died, we say that's bad. I think we could all agree that's probably bad. But little nuanced things, not so much. It's a little different dance. So we're going to start with something real simple. How many times have you been at some kind of social gathering and you kind of stay to yourself? Like whether you're at a convention, whether you're at a cocktail party. I've done this to myself. I don't do it anymore, but I have done it to myself. Where I just think, I've been seen. I don't need to go say hi to that person over there. I'm kind of acquainted with them, but hey. But I don't go out of my way to go acknowledge them because it feels good. It feels good whenever I see Andrew out anywhere and the first thing he does is says, "Hey, Kevin," gives me a big hug. Like, people want to be acknowledged. People want to share their life and their stories, and especially if they're good people, you want to be around good people. And so what are we denying ourselves? Are we being bad, in this slide, are we being bad to ourselves by not at least acknowledging somebody else in those situations? What are we denying? Are we denying the ability to start a deeper friendship with somebody else where we can actually grow and learn and help each other? I think me and Bonnie are a perfect example of that. Bonnie went outside of her comfort zone and continuously made an effort, and it seemed like it was difficult at first. And I could be wrong about that, but it seemed like it was for Bonnie, and I was super excited to be able to become her friend. And what would we have denied each other if we wouldn't have just started to continually talk? I think that would have been a sad thing. So I think it is bad for us to stay locked up in a turtle shell because we deny ourselves the ability to socialize and have really deep friendships. Now, before I start to go any further, I'm going to tell you a really good story about good and bad from yesterday. This was just what happened to me personally. Everything that could go wrong yesterday went wrong yesterday. From the time I woke up until almost to the time I went to sleep, everything was bad. My sewer was stopped up. It would not drain. My secondary pump would not work. And I set it down to fix it. The pipe's broke in half. And I'm like, it wouldn't stop. So I have all of my family members' literal crap all over me. It wasn't that their little crap was bothering me so bad. It was that everything I started to fix kept breaking. And it wouldn't stop. And then I get to Lowe's to go get everything. All of a sudden, they don't make the same screw on, the quick connects that used to fit and now won't fit my stuff. And then the pumps don't have the same sizes as the old ones that I have. So everything had to be rebuilt. So I'm a little pissed off. Like, I'm having a bad day. And I particularly didn't like to go to Lowe's with shit all over me. I just didn't enjoy it, right? I'm just not happy about it. Luckily, me and all of our family members, the crap did not stink, so it worked out just fine. That is not a true statement. So as everything goes wrong, and I'm really getting aggravated, and I'm at my peak of aggravation, and all of a sudden I get this text from Dean, and he goes, now I just got finished cussing out loud ad nauseum mad, like I'm mad, everything's breaking. He goes, "It's a beautiful day, isn't it?" Just out of the blue. "It's a beautiful day, huh?" And that kind of just jolted me. I'm like, "Beautiful day, huh, smart ass?" I don't think so. And then I took a deep breath and I tell him I got crap all over me. And he goes, "Oh yeah, I'm laughing with you." And then he talks about how he's going to go ground and meditate in the sun in a little while because it's such a beautiful day. And all I could think about was, how lucky am I in that moment of the highest frustration of everything possibly going wrong, thinking I'm gonna have to tell Jill we got to go to one of the other houses to take a shower and to go to the bath and all this crap. And it was just frustrating. And for him to say, it's a beautiful day. And then all I could go is, you're right, it is a beautiful day. It is a beautiful day that I have Jill and Jackson and Noah's and my crap all over me. Like, why am I upset about it? But I continue to get upset. That went away. I forgot about how beautiful the day was. It continued to get worse. And then Ricky, who is abnormally happy. I mean, not just sometimes we've seen Ricky in a good mood and we see him distant or he locks himself over in a corner. He is the happiest I've ever. He looked like a big Ricky Fairy. It was like just happy. And I'm like, what in the world is happening? Like, why are you happy like this? And he just keeps being happy to me while I'm just fixing this stuff. Just happy as can be. And then, as I'm wrapping this thing up, he makes me happy. His energy was contagious. So was that a good thing? And I'm going to say yes. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad being covered in my family's crap, because it instantly showed me, hey, it was a beautiful day. The cosmos, the energy of the universe, God himself allowed me to have friends that said, hey, don't forget. Like the energies of the world were telling me, hey, you practice this all the time, every day. You catch yourself in bad moods. Dean, this cosmic force, just goes, hey, it's a beautiful day. Hey, you're really pissed off. And then you got happy-go-lucky, skipping around, smiling Ricky that I've never seen smile so much in my life. It gave me really, it was wonderful. Even Dante asked to help, which is just out of the wall. I mean, just like, it's over the top. I'm like, this is insane. And then all of a sudden, Jackson and everybody shows up to help. And you're like, man, I got a lot to be thankful for. And so it was bad of me to be in a bad mood. I continuously got these jolts of how wonderful life is. And it was bad of me not to recognize them in those moments of frustration. Now, we're going to jump all over the place in this presentation. Is it good or bad to not know what actual money is? This is a big change of subject, but it's the same thing. What is good and bad? It's currency. You know, we call it currency because it is energy. You're spending your energy in order to get what you need to live. And forever, since the first cuneiform tablets from we can find, the main source of exchange is gold. I don't know if any of y'all know this, but in 1933, all gold in the United States was confiscated. It was taken from you. It was taken from your ancestors. No gold was allowed anywhere. You were not allowed to own gold in this country. Seems pretty crazy. They capped the price. I think it was at $35 an ounce. And they did that because they could not print more money. It had to be backed. Our dollar had to be backed by 40% of gold. So they couldn't print any more money. So they had to start messing with everything. And then in 1971, they totally took it off. 1971, they took us off the gold standard. So we have inflation. We have a hidden tax. Is it good or bad for us not to know those things? Is it good or bad? I'm going to say really bad that we don't have a better understanding of what's happening around us. It's really bad. How about the choice of our friends? Man, Wayne was just making a great point about this a minute ago. If we have unhealthy friends, I'm going to go ahead and chalk it up that that's a bad decision. I got some really, really good friends. I mean, when my friends come out and help me when I have literal crap on my face, like that's like nice. Like I don't know a lot of people that could say that. I got literal shit all over me, and everybody's coming out going, hey man, can I give you a hand? It's good to have good, healthy friendships. And we cannot get good, healthy friendships if we don't live outside of our comfort zone a little bit, if we don't stretch ourselves and attempt. Because you're never going to know if somebody's worth being a friend or not, at least if you don't have the conversation. I mean, y'all are all here gathered. Y'all are brand new. If you didn't commingle a little bit, then what would be the point in coming out? You know, except to say hi to Kev. How about this? I think Bonnie's realizing this. Bonnie is becoming self-aware. Like, how much do we spend wasting our time? Is it bad? I'm going to give y'all a really, really good exercise, and I hope that y'all do this over the course of this week. Keep a log like you're at work. You know how you got to clock in, clock out? Just write down every big block of time that you do. Like, okay, I went to work from here to there. I took my lunch break from here to here. I went home and I did X, Y, and Z. And just mark it down for a week. And you have so much spare time that it blows your mind, because you'll live your life and go, man, I don't have time to do anything. But if you actually record it, you have a lot of time to do whatever you want to do. You want to go learn how to play polo or chess or whatever. You want to learn how to be financially independent. Whatever it is, you've got the time. Time is never an excuse. Oh, it is in rare cases. How about a simple thing? How many of us know somebody that will grab a nasty, dirty, wrinkled shirt and be just as happy as hell putting it on and going outside in it? And I'm going to go ahead and say that's a bad idea. It's really a bad idea. I mean, have we all done it before? Yeah. I mean, yeah. But if I know, except for Lowe's yesterday, I'm not going to go outside and go meet people if I just look like crap. I mean, I may have blue jeans and a t-shirt on. Blue jeans and a black t-shirt is just my favorite thing to wear. But they're clean. They're not wrinkled. I didn't pick them up off the floor. They're not dirty. And I don't smell bad. Is that good or bad? I know a lot of people that just don't even think about it, especially young guys. I don't know what it is with young guys. Like, something happened. I think mothers intentionally drop every young boy on their head a lot of times, like over and over. It has to be the case, because young boys, and I was one of them, we're really stupid. And we don't think that makes an impression on somebody. What does it mean if somebody comes up to you somewhere and they want to have a serious conversation and they're just totally disheveled? It's hard to take them serious. Really? You want to talk to me about physics and you look like that? You know, you want to talk to me about anything? I don't think so. You got to really be smart and really break through that physical barrier for that to happen with most people. It's kind of like my mom said she would vote for Ron Paul a long time ago when he was running, but, you know, he wasn't cute. He didn't look it. He looked kind of nerdy. It's kind of the same thing, even though he was clean and took care of himself, but we go on perceptions. So if we have an initial perception that you look like crap, it's hard to overcome that in today's mindset. So I'd say not good. Man, I know y'all probably never heard of the word, you've heard womanizer, but manonizer, I just made that word up because it's appropriate, because these women today are super aggressive. And it seems like the guys are becoming less of womanizers than the past, which I think is a good thing. But is that good or bad? And why the hell do we do that? Why do people want to use other people? Is that good or bad? We all know it. We used to, just same way, us boys that got dropped on our head. How many notches in your belt? You know, I'm proud of that. You know, guys sit around the locker room, drink beer, we do everything, sit around a bar, talk about how much ass we had. You know, woo! I mean, stupid. I mean, like really dumb, and proud of it, because that was the society and the culture that we were bred into. And so we want to be included in this social group by talking a certain way. I don't know where our fathers were. I mean, they would give us a wink and a nod. You know, oh, you went out with that girl last night, did you, boy? Huh, good job. That's insane. Like, I mean, it's truly insane. And women, for some reason, think our ignorance is something that they should emulate and start doing it now. Wow, we got some really, really problems if we continue to promote that kind of crazy behavior. I think we should be aware of it. I think we should be really aware of it. My energy, commingled with y'all's energy, is really good, and I like it. Sex is a big deal. You're commingling some serious energies. I don't know if we just want to spread ourselves around like that. Just something to think about. This was kind of like me and Jill last night. Jill brought me out some ice cream, and I typically do not eat ice cream. But Man, she almost had me going to Dairy Queen. we were almost there, man. She kept saying, what do you want? I said, I'll eat some ice cream, and I'll eat some of Parker's ice cream. But how often do we do this? Or we allow something that we really want, a material thing, like alter our personality. Like we act like stupid little kids. Is that good or bad for us? Are we aware of it? Do we think, man, I got to have this. I got to have it right now. I mean, we are no different from those annoying punk little kids that we see screaming and hollering at a Walmart waiting line with their mom. Like we do it all the time. We just do it in a little bit different way. But because we're adults and we're sophisticated, we think we're different than that. Man, that's stupid. Like we're really stupid. And we don't have to be stupid. We just need to be self-aware. We need to forgive ourselves, and we need to go, hey, all right, well, I'm not going to be so attached to whatever it is because it's kind of silly. How often do we think of somebody, our family members, a friend, and we don't reach out? I mean, if you can't get in touch with somebody, you can FaceTime them, you can talk to people on 5,000 different apps on your computers, your phones. It is so easy. It's never been this easy in the history of mankind that we know of just to reach out and say hi to somebody. Like it's real easy. I think it's bad that we don't. How many people are lonely? How many of our friends are really probably lonely? Even if they're married, inside the same house, they're lonely. They're not even talking to each other. I mean, they're just lonely. And then we're lonely, and one of our friends entered our mind, and we don't even call them. I did that about a week and a half ago, and I'm still mad at myself about it. I got an Army buddy I was in the Army with 30-something years ago, and he just randomly asked for a friend request on Facebook. Hadn't, randomly every 3 or 4 or 5 years, he may just pop into my head when me and another Army buddy are talking about the Army or something. And he just sent me a message. Hey, man, I just saw you on Facebook. And I said, man, let's get together and talk soon. That was a week and a half ago. I hadn't done anything about it yet. It really made me mad when I was writing this out. I was like, man, I'm kind of upset with myself. So I put it on my to-do list for tomorrow. And I will do it. But it's those things. If we're not aware of it, we don't catch ourselves, we'll never get in the patterns of living the life that we want to live. We just won't do it. Man, how many of y'all have opened a door for somebody and they don't say thanks? I mean, I could see Ricky now. He opens the door for somebody. And that rude person just walks right past him and looks at him. Man, Ricky. All that fairy happiness, boy, just went down. I'm going to bust your bam bam. But it's true. But is it, why do we get pissed off? Because it goes to a bigger subject than that. Do we do nice things for people because we need them to say thanks? Like, are we doing something nice for other people because we need the gratitude? I mean, we need it back to us. I mean, yeah, it's nice. It's nice to somebody say thanks. Almost always, if I open the door for somebody and they don't say thanks, my first thought is, what an ass. It's just the first thing that comes to my head. I don't even think about it, but that's what comes to my head. Why? I have no idea what that person's going through at all. I mean, that person's mom could have just died. He could have just lost his job. I mean, I don't know what they're going through. And I don't need somebody to tell me thanks anyway to know I did a good deed. I can tell myself thanks. Thanks, Kev. You can be proud of yourself today. You weren't an ass. That's a good thing. I don't think we need to be so quick to judge. I think that's bad. I think it's really bad. Man, and you're bad when an old lady flips you off. I mean, you got to be doing something bad. Is it good to not maturely communicate? I'm going to say sometimes it's probably good to not maturely communicate, because some people you can't communicate unless you're being just a tad bit immature. Like they don't get it. They don't understand anything else. So sometimes you just need to go, F you. See ya. I mean, that's true. But more often than not, we need to tell somebody and talk to them in a different way than our main reaction being F off. I know sometimes it has been mine and my good buddy Ricky's first go-to is, man, did you see those rude people? Because me and Ricky worked together on a bunch of different projects, and Ricky gets irritated just like I do, and it's real easy for each one of us to go, F them. It's real easy. And me and Ricky have been really good at helping each other not do that. And that's why it ties back into picking good friends. If you have friends that aren't helping you catch yourself, man, what are you doing? It's real hard to catch yourself. Like real hard. It's easy for me to go F you and to F everybody and then never think about it. Never think about it again the rest of the day until somebody else does something bad, and then I'll just go F them too. And I just feel good about it. But if you don't really are aware of yourself and you go, what am I doing? You're just going to continue to do that. It's crazy. I think we'll really appreciate it. I don't think the woman would flip off her husband if she said, I'd appreciate it if you didn't lie, cheat, or steal to it. That'd be a good start. If you didn't talk rude to me, I'd appreciate that. There's going to be repercussions if you continue to do X, Y, and Z. Those are important things. Those are good. It's not good to flip everybody off. And it is good. I think we should, I think me and Trey touched on this a little bit a week or two ago. It's really hard for guys to talk about their emotions with each other. Like it seems weird, like I'm not a fairy. There's no weakness here. I don't need to tell you. And what if we're roommates, and you're dirty in the kitchen? I'm just going to, hey, why don't you clean your crap up? Instead of, hey man, is there a reason why you didn't straighten that up? Were you in a super hurry that you had to leave this mess? I mean, there are ways for mature men and women to have conversations without destroying and blowing up a relationship. I think we are not so good at it. How about thanking our food and water? Man, we watch, some of us here, we get together, some of you new people, and watch documentaries about all kinds of subjects all the time. But we just recently watched one on water and how gratitude and saying thanks to your water changes the molecular structure with the sound. It's the neatest thing ever. It's really cool. So just on that basis alone, knowing that matter physically changes its molecular structure by the words you use, that's a big deal. Because if I'm water, and if I'm nice and kind and say thanks to you, that makes you feel good, makes me feel good. What about our food? It's making the same thing. I think we should all pause because whatever we're eating, whatever we're drinking is going to be a part of us. And it's going to be a part of you. I used to think it was strange as a kid to see people praying over their food. It's like, that just seems so stupid. And then I think now, with all these years behind me, why wouldn't you say thanks for everything all the time? Man, I'm really thankful I have these boots to walk over here in. I'm really thankful. Just thanks. Thanks should just be the first go-to word. Just thanks, thanks, thanks. Yesterday with the crap all over me, with everything breaking, thank you, thank you, thank you. It takes awareness. It takes us breaking our own habits. And how many of us project what happened to us? Like, this is bad. My partners lied to me and cheated on me in the past. So all your new girlfriends or boyfriends, for sure they're going to do the same thing. And you project that on them. Wayne has a new girlfriend, so his other girlfriends cheated on him. So he just knows she's going to do the same thing. That's a bad way to start out every relationship. It seems kind of stupid. I see that all the time. How many times, like even guys, you get married, new people getting married. How many people go into a wedding and everybody, a lot of them are joking about, well, we'll be going to the divorce party in a couple of years. And we're the ones going to support them getting married. And that's what everybody is sending them and their energy outside before going in. I mean, how screwed up is that? And we're going to support this couple getting married, but everybody is joking about, they'll be divorced in a couple of years. Well, that couple needs a whole new invitation list. I do it when people get married. I've done it a bunch. We've had weddings. This used to be a wedding venue. I could look at them, and in my rude judgment, I would say, I bet they don't make it a year. I mean, what a rude ass. Who am I to even judge their path in life? What's going to happen to them to make them come together or go apart, or what sort of friends they're going to develop and cultivate and grow with? I don't know those things. I don't have a crystal ball, and y'all don't either. It's weird. Like, what is wrong with us? We got to stop. We got to recognize what is good and bad and not do it. Just because the other people are joking doesn't mean we should be joking, sending that couple that negative energy. That's insane. Yeah, it's you. Yeah. If we're not self-aware, so many people, you got these, why do we attract them? Why do we attract these people with all these problems? Because we all got problems. So we got to attract people with problems because we're all screwed up. And man, I don't want somebody that has a bunch of daddy and mom issues. I don't want somebody with a bunch of bad negative energy. I want people like my fairy friend Ricky, who was happy yesterday. I want them happy, the best they can be. So when I'm down, they can make me happy and vice versa. We can support each other and help each other and grow together. Because without that, I probably would have stayed in a really bad mood all day long yesterday. All day. So I got to pick. I got to choose. I got to look at me. Yeah, me. I'm the one with the problem. So I want to be around people that are trying to not have problems, to overcome themselves. And I can't overcome myself if I don't have people around me as a support group. Like, it's important. It's just important. We got just a few more. Is it bad not to be prepared for bad situations? We have a snowstorm or winter ice crap coming. How many people do you think are really prepared if everything goes down for 3 or 4 days like it did, 3 years ago? Where we couldn't get out of the driveway for a week? Like, I could not get out of the driveway for a week. Is it bad to be prepared? I hear people making fun of preppers all the time. Oh, the stupid prepper. How about when you can't get out of your driveway for a week? It'd probably be nice to have some extra water and some extra food so you can feed your family. I think it's real bad that whenever something starts to happen, everybody says there's a tornado or a hurricane, there's a freeze, all of a sudden the stores are empty. Everybody just rushes out at the last minute. What if there is no last minute? Like, what if something just bad happens? What if we had a cyber attack and all of a sudden there's no power? Well, I can tell you it'd be really bad if that wasn't fixed in about 3 months. Because I can tell you your worst enemy is going to be that pretty girl, young lady with her 3 or 4 kids, and she needs to feed them. That woman is your vicious enemy. She's going to come kill you to feed her kids. I can promise you that. She's starving. Her kids are starving. There ain't nothing worse than a mom trying to protect her kids. You go look in nature. You go look at those little baby sheep, man. It's just, so just imagine that. You should be ready. You should just be ready. I'm going to say, if we don't meditate and we don't practice the art of meditation and setting our intentions, it's really difficult. It's really difficult if you don't start your day and say thanks. Because yesterday I did not start my day that way. And I'm really good at starting my day that way. And I did not do it yesterday because I knew I was fixing to go be digging in crap. So I didn't do it. So I just set myself up. I didn't say thanks. Hey, thanks for letting me go dig in crap today. Because how would I know that I really don't enjoy digging in crap unless I go dig in crap? It's just something to think about, guys. The point is just be self-aware. Recognize our choices and friends. We need to know what history is, what our currency is, how we are using our time. What do we project onto others? Why do we not reach out to people? Why do we stay locked up in ourselves? How about let's just be a little bit more courteous to everybody? How about let's prepare a little bit every day? We're never going to accomplish everything in one day. Just a little bit every day. Write down, what am I doing with my time? And meditate and set your right example, your right intentions that you're going to do. If you don't, you got a bow and arrow and you're just shooting randomly, but the target's over there. And you're just, every day, just pulling that arrow back, boom. But you really want to go over there, but you're just aimless. If you like this, if you liked our talk, if you like all of our varied subjects that we talk about every Sunday, then come out and see us. The fantastic, wonderful, awesome Andrew normally cooks, and he brings something fantastic. And I love y'all. Thank y'all for joining. We'll see you next time.